Good afternoon. I was nearly going to say good morning there, Tanya.
Good morning, afternoon, good
Good
afternoon,
morning, afternoon, good day, good day.
Good
happy
day, yeah. Every
Thursday.
day is a good day.
So we're just going to give everyone a minute to dial in and get the notification that we are live. And if you are here live, let me know that you're here. I'm hoping I can see some of your names today because sometimes I can't see the names for some bizarre reason when we're using StreamYard. So lunchtime live with the beautiful Tanya Richards today.
All right, so I'm so happy to do this. It's really strange how this all came about because I was meditating on it. I was asking my guides, and I was asking for signs of what I could do to help. Because when lockdown began, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to help people? Because I can't work hands-on healing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had all these ideas that I might go live onto Facebook and I might start doing meditations for people and everything. But it turned out that I was a bit busy with the kids, and actually I needed to go within. I needed to look after me. But then as time's gone on, I kind of lost confidence, and I was like, oh my God, how do I go live onto Facebook and everything? And then Yvette messaged me out of the blue. I'd been asking in all of my meditations, what would you have me do? What can I do? And then out of the blue, I got this message from Yvette saying, we hold this thing called the soul system, and would you like to go live and talk about what it is that you do? And I was like,
wow.
Oh my God, if ever that was a sign to kick me up the bum to get me going live, because this is massively me stepping out of my comfort zone right now.
It is, isn't it? Because you, like you said, you do hands-on healing, which we'll talk about because I really want to understand more about it.
Yeah.
And the gorgeous Yvette, like you said, introduced us, but I think it was probably less Yvette and more the universe in general. Yvette to message you.
Absolutely, 100%, because I was asking for guidance, and although I kind of knew that I need to start doing this to let people know my story and how I found healing and how my journey began, and to get my story out there, I'm too shy to do it. So it was like I was asking for signs, and I knew what I needed to do, but I almost needed a kick up the bum to do it. So this is kind of my start. Thank you, Thomas.
Your universal nudge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it's stepping out of your comfort zone, and we absolutely 100% have to do that. And I've done a lot of that over the past 7 years since my little girl was born, really. So my journey began after a series of really quite stressful things happening in my life, and I used to lead a very normal, what you call normal life. I worked for a very large company for about 10 years, and I kept holding out because it was money. You're earning money all the time, and I didn't like my job, really. I loved the people, and I loved the part where you could help people within it. But it was I was working at like complaints, and I literally had a headache for 10 years. I used to get ill all the time. It was horrible, really, but I just carried on. I had a couple of bouts of really quite stressful moments where I had to take time off of work, and I was signed off of work with stress, but still it wasn't the kick up the bum that I needed. I carried on.
And did you know what you wanted to do at this point, or are you just thinking this is it?
Yeah, no, this is the really strange part, because I used to, every single morning, I used to phone my dad at about 6:30 on my walk to work, because it was quite a long walk, and I used to walk. I used to kind of take care of myself. I was quite healthy. Like, I'd always look for alternative options, although I was taking paracetamol every single day for my headaches. And but I used to talk to my dad, and I was always looking up all of these natural therapies. I was looking up counselling. I was looking up homeopathy, it's called, isn't it? Aromatherapy, all these different like natural therapies, but I just didn't have time to do it. And I kept saying to my dad, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I really want to help people. I just want to help people, but you know, how do I earn money and be able to help people, and obviously do the training as well? Plus I was quite poorly all the time because I was so stressed. And then after about 9 years of being there, I lost my brother, and which was a shock, even though he hadn't been well for a long time. So that happened, and then I found out I was pregnant. And then I got made redundant, literally not long after I found out as well. I told I was being made redundant, and it literally felt like my whole world was caving in. Like everything that could go wrong was going wrong. I'd lost my job, my brother, we moved, there was all sorts of stuff. And then I had my little girl. I had a really, really traumatic labour with her. And afterwards, nobody really would have realised that I wasn't great, but I was in a really, really bad place. And so I went and had counselling, and that helped to an extent. Counselling is great, but I still had the anxiety. It was still there, and I was still so.
And how was that manifesting? Like, what was your anxiety? How was it coming out?
I was every single day I would struggle. If my other half was out of the house and he wasn't home, say he was late for 5 minutes, I'd be like, oh my God, he's been in an accident. Or I'd be worrying about everyone. And even in the 10 years running up to this, I was a worrier. I worried about everyone and everything, constantly worrying about my brother, my mum and dad, everyone I could. I was just worrying all the time. I didn't sleep. And I just thought this was normal, because if you're a caring person, you just think about people all the time, And and so I had some like panic attacks at home when I was like with my little girl. It was a really, really, really tough time. And but I just carried on, and I carried on,
powering through. Yes, which is what we do, isn't it? This is life. This is the normal. It's meant to be hard.
Yeah, that's it. And I got to a point where the health visitor, we hadn't come back to see me, but when we moved, a new one came to see me in where we'd moved to. And I told her about how I'd been feeling, and she was like, oh, that's awful. You've been feeling like this all this time. And I was like, well, yeah, I just thought it was normal. I've had a baby, And she said, I'm going to refer you. And I went to this thing called iTalk, and I scored really, really high. I never would have done anything, but I didn't want to be here. I literally didn't want to be here at all. And I didn't know what to do. I kind of wanted to escape from myself. And so I had the counselling, and that was good. And then weirdly, one day I was up at our local centre, and there was like a Wellbeing fair going on. And I kept saying to my other half, I feel like I really need to be in there. I really need to go in there. Wow. And he said, well, I tell you what, you go in and I'll take Ray home, and you just go in there. Anyway, I had a little wander around, and there was a lady in there, and she was doing Reiki, and she was giving like 3 sessions. And so she did some on me, and I had the weirdest sensation. It was like my head had just like opened up. It just went whoosh, and I felt this intense heat in my head. And I was like, oh my God, that was so weird. Well, anyway, she told me that I'd been shut down. And so I left there, and I literally felt like I was walking on air. It was the most amazing feeling. I couldn't even, describe it really, but it was really lovely. And I said to my other half, I need more of this. This is really amazing stuff. So I found someone that does Reiki. And I ended up going for quite a few sessions, and then I was like, I need to learn this. I need to learn to self-heal, because it was helping my anxiety so much. I used to struggle to go to things like even like little birthday parties of my little girls, because I'd be around a lot of people, and I'd be talking to lots of people, and and I'd feel like I was like just shaking on the inside permanently all the time, and I just felt burnt out.
And was it just felt so exhausting? It's just like all that energy, isn't it? Just being used just to go through the day.
Yeah, and it was awful. But no, because I'd been like it for so long, even before I hit rock bottom, I was always like it. I had it for years and years and years, but I didn't know that I didn't know it was anxiety. I just thought it was normal to feel like that. And so so I started going and having Reiki, And then I learned Reiki. It took me a while to find my Reiki teacher, who is absolutely lovely. And I knew straight away, I was like, I need to help other people. Like, I really need to help other people with this. It helped me so much. It's been a journey. It's been, it's almost like you go in waves of stuff. It's like you think, I'm healed. This is perfect. And then all of a sudden, something else creeps up and you have to start
working again.
Yeah. But and so I did the Reiki, then I did my Reiki 2, and I started doing healing on anyone and everyone that I could.
And you want to get your hands on.
And it is that's right, that's Reiki, that's spelling.
Let's talk about it. Because what I'd love to know is, when you were going through all of that stress and that burnout and working in complaints, and I've managed complaints departments and know how hard that job is, what was your spirituality scale at that point? Like, did you meditate, and did you have an inkling as to what spirituality was?
So I used to try to meditate, but I thought I couldn't, because my mind used to wander all the time.
This is what people say. Yeah, and my mind's too busy.
That's normal. That's normal. All our minds wander. It's just taking that time to be still. And even if you just really, for me, even if you just get a couple of seconds of like shut down, that's helped. But no, I had, my mum bought me some angel cards for Christmas, and I was like, what do I want these for? Put them in the cupboard. I literally put them in the cupboard, didn't see them again. My other half he used to do billboards, and he found this pile of books, and he brought them home, and there was one on complementary therapy, succeeding in complementary therapy business. Another one that was on connecting with your spirit guides, and another one that was on aromatherapy or something like that. Anyway, he gave them to me, said, I thought you might be interested, because I was interested in all of this stuff. But I just kind of put it in the cupboard, and it stayed in there. And it wasn't until, in fact, I even had a little book that I'd bought off of like Simply Supplements or something like that was on Reiki. And I'd read it quickly and put it away. So I had all the signs all that time ago, like for years and years and years, but I just ignored them. I had crystals. I had crystals everywhere, but I didn't really know what they were for.
That's crazy,
and now I know they all have meanings,
Yeah, absolutely. So was it, you had your Reiki experience that you said was coming out your head, and then you wanted to teach people? Is that when you started going, maybe I need to look at the books, maybe I need to look at the angel cards and start to meditate? And
so I had already, before I found my Reiki teacher, while I was going for Reiki, I'd already started meditating, which was really, really helping me. But things really started to change. Once I did the Reiki, all of a sudden things started changing in my life. It's really weird. I never really planned to have like a healing business. I didn't plan to do everything that I've done. It just happened. It was really strange. I was just like, do you want to come and have some healing? And I was just wanting to do healing on everyone, because I was getting this incredible feeling in my hands and my body. I could just feel the energy, and I just loved that feeling. And then like the results that I was getting from doing it on my mum and dad, and it was just like my mum could stand up straight, her back wasn't hurting anymore, and I was like, this is incredible. How does this stuff work?
Tell us what it is then, Tanya, because a lot of people, I literally only found out earlier this year or late last year what it was, because I'd was looking for things to help my mum with her back pain, and somebody recommended a Reiki healer. So
basically it's just universal energy that we're calling in, life force, which is within all of us. So our chakras, which are spinning about 3 inches away from the body, they become unaligned, so they stop working properly through stress and worry and fear, all sorts of stuff. And when they're not spinning correctly, and like you've probably heard of the meridians in the body and the central nervous system, because the chakras are connected to our central nervous system, and if they're not working, our central nervous system isn't properly. But what the energy does is it clears that and gets that all back into balance for you, so that your body can then heal itself.
Right.
But there's something strange in when I do it on my mum and dad, how quickly it can work, or even people that have come to me, but they're like a real good example, because they talk to me a lot about how it helps them. So, but I actually do Rouhani more than Reiki, which is just they're both energy healing.
And Yvette,
but
that's what you've done on her, isn't it? Because Yvette had a radical hysterectomy
yes,
after cancer treatment, which I know she shared in the group. So the fact that you're able to help people like that who've been their body. I mean, I always think of it as if I've had an operation, like even before I understood energy, I think this can't be natural that somebody's been in your body and took something out of your body. Like it's got to do something to the flow of your chi or whatever it is,
100%. Yeah.
Is that
Definitely.
literally what the problem is? It's just like everything's out of kilter because
Well,
it's
it puts
not.
your body out of balance. It's like your body. So when you have an operation, it goes a bit into shock, so you need to get it back into balance. Personally, I think everyone should have healing done. It's just for me, I'm missing at the moment because I normally try to go monthly, even though I self-heal pretty much every single day. And it does start with ourselves, like healing ourselves first. That really, really is important.
So sorry, tell me what Rahini is.
So Rouhani is it's the same. It's universal life force energy, but it is a fifth dimensional energy. So Reiki's third dimensional, and the Rouhani is fifth dimensional. So it gets to the point of the problem quicker. And for me, what I've noticed with it is people, even with the Reiki, both are, but when people have come for Reiki and then they have Rouhani afterwards, most people will continue wanting the Rouhani.
Right.
So, and it's a newer, so basically, with the old energies, Rouhani couldn't have been here. It's too strong. Whereas now we're vibrating at a different frequency, a different level of energy.
And is that on a universal level, like
universal level? Yes,
yeah.
100%. And I think as a planet, that's what's happening at the moment with all what's going on.
Yeah,
we're raising our vibrations on a really rapid level. So but Rouhani really, really works on the heart center. And it's open. So basically, we've probably been quite closed off through a lot of traumas within our lives and stuff, and it really helps us to open our heart centers and live from a place of truth, love, and compassion. And for me, that's what it's done for me. I literally live my life through love, like for everyone. It's really like I used to before, like say someone would drive like an idiot, I'd be like and whatever, but now I'm like, they might be trying to get somewhere, they might be they might have someone that's hurt or something like that, they're trying to get to him, or you've got someone at a checkout that's a bit moody, the person that's serving you or whatever, but their mum might have died, or there's all sorts of things that you can actually, whereas before I probably wouldn't would have been maybe a little bit more what's the word, judgmental
was the word in my head.
And I've always classed myself as being a caring, really caring, loving person, but there's definitely been huge changes there, and I'm so much more positive now, and everyone that comes to me says they've gone away so much more positive.
Wow.
And it's a lot of it, I can't even explain it. I can't even explain how it works. It's like one of those things you really need to try it to see.
I'm dying to experience it, but you can't do it remotely, can you?
Yeah, I can. I can send healing. Yeah, I can send healing.
You're gonna have a queue of people you see now wanting a honey. Like I'm like, oh my heart.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's such a beautiful, gentle energy. It really is, because it's based. It's for the heart, really. It's just, but they're both gentle. I find Reiki is a bit more almost earthly energy, and the Rouhani seems more kind of up here.
Ethereal, isn't it? That's amazing. And
yeah.
so So when you see people, like, so if you're looking at me, can you see like energy, or you were saying what is it, your chakras are like, well, 3 inches out of your body? Can you
So
tell what needs healing by looking almost? That's what I'm trying to
no. So I would, when I'm doing a healing on somebody, I can feel it. I'm a feeler. I call me a feeler. I don't see things. But say if I'm like, it's really strange because sometimes when I'm talking to somebody, I might kind of pick up that energy and feel like I feel people's stuff. It's really weird. Like sometimes my throat will go, or I'll get like a pain in my tummy, or so if I'm doing healing on someone and then my back starts hurting, I'm like, oh, or my knee will start hurting or something like that, and I'll say to them, does your knee hurt, or have you done something to your foot? And they'll be like, whoa. But I'm like that. How did I know that?
That's amazing.
I don't even know how I know it. And my other half, he's not really a believer. He even says it's weird, how do you know that? Because we had his friend came and had some healing one time, and I picked up, I think it was his shoulder or something, I can't really remember now. And when we came downstairs, because I'd been doing it upstairs, and he said, did you tell her? And I was like, what? Tell me what? And he'd had a car accident years and years ago, and he'd had a really bad, I think it was his shoulder, I can't remember now.
Wow.
But
that's such a gift though, like to be able to heal someone, like to take pain from someone and alleviate that, like knowing how much pain my mum's in and stuff with her back and things, like it must just be such a lovely gift to have.
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's a gift. I just think it's we can all do it.
Do you really think
can,
so?
yeah, I think we can with the right intention, and and that's why I want to that's why I'm really starting to want to teach it more, because it's about healing ourselves. And actually, if you really want to help somebody, I do think that anyone can do it with that right intention of wanting to heal people.
I'm just laughing. I'm so engrossed in what you said. I've completely ignored all the comments. Sorry. So I'm just looking, Tanya, because Cheryl's like, I'm in. Because Cheryl's core value, which we found this out the other week, is actually like love and that compassion and wanting to really vibrate as high as we can in consciousness. So she's in. Like, you've got a cue already.
Bless her.
And Sarah, Sarah, don't you? Of course.
Yeah, Sarah's lovely.
Healing. Donna, who lives up here, wants to know where you live.
Southampton.
Southampton. But we're going to give details for how we contact you here as well. Yeah, and Tom's saying don't doubt yourself. It's your intuition. So tell me about this then. So you said healing starts with you. What kind of guidance can you give us to do that for ourselves every day?
So for me, meditation every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes before you go to bed. Like for me, that's my main time of doing my meditation. If I can't do it at any other time during the day, I do it before I go to bed because it helps me sleep. Breathing is just so important. I used to literally just breathe to here. And that's why I was anxious all the time.
Yeah,
but literally just stop. If you're feeling like you're anxious or anything, just stop, close your eyes and just breathe in deep down into your tummy as far as you possibly can. And then just let it all out and just really feel yourself relax. It's just, and the more times you do that, like sometimes I'll just be cooking dinner or something. And I think, oh, I haven't breathed for a while. I need to breathe. And it just, and there's so many different things that I do. I use essential oils. They help me, because I think it's an ongoing thing. I think once you've had anxiety, it's something you really have to continue working with. If I slip back a bit, I know about it. It is a dedicated practice, but you reap the benefits. You
100%.
really, really reap the benefits so much. And
you meditate as well, like Tanya, for you. So because some people obviously like guided meditation, when you're doing it from a healing perspective and checking in with yourself, do you just focus on breathing, or do you have a mantra, or what is effective?
So I do all different things. I've got a little robin just gone on there. See, I
Oh,
believe in like little robins, you know,
another
like little
sign.
signs. Yeah. So I try all different things. It just depends how I'm feeling at the time. Like sometimes I literally just concentrate on my breathing, and sometimes I would just like breathe in love and let out peace. And it's just like, that's like a little mantra, isn't it?
Breathing love
A
now.
positive affirmations as well, you know, while you're doing your meditation, have a positive affirmation. Mine this morning was, I'm confident in everything I do, because
Yeah,
I was so nervous about doing this, you know.
yeah.
Because it's not, as much as I'm good like on a one-to-one basis, people come to see me and it's like, you know, I can talk and they probably think, oh wow, you know, you're so confident, whatever. I'm actually not. I'm really quite shy.
We were saying this, we've been doing this Supercharge Yourself confidence challenge all week with people. 200 odd people signed up. It's been phenomenal.
Okay.
And we said this was our lesson one on the first day, was confidence is really about a decision. It's not,
Yeah.
because if you're waiting for this confidence to arrive, it won't. It's kind of like
No.
embody the feeling of confidence and step into like the best
Yeah.
version of yourself and act from that space. It's
Yeah.
not, it doesn't come in a parcel. We've just got to do, you know, we do the mantras and we meditate, and
Yeah.
part of that for me is to keep building on myself, but also to keep my depression and things at bay, and to, like you said, do the daily practice, otherwise it comes back, right? So
Yes. Yeah. We have to.
keeping an eye on it.
And it's like nobody else is going to save you, you know. You have to do it for yourself. You really do. And there's, as much as like people can come to me, and that's wonderful, because they are healing themselves by coming to me and having healing.
Yeah.
But it's you know, when you leave me, you still have to continue doing these things. Like I do yoga. I love yoga. I hold little yoga retreats with my wonderful friend Sam. She's a great yoga teacher, and we've been holding retreats now for a little while. In fact, we've had to cancel one. I'm not sure what's going to go on with the rest for this year.
Yeah.
But she does the yoga and I do the healing, and it's just the
wow.
loveliest thing. But you know, the two combined there, the healing with the yoga, is just incredible. But it's making that, we have to make that time for ourselves, you know. And you know, so many people say, I haven't got time to do it. But believe me, if I've had time, because we've had a lot going on over the last year, and we've moved, I took on my nephew, there's been so much stuff going on, it's been crazy, and I still found time to do it.
Yeah.
And if I didn't, I probably would have been back to how I was, you know. So if I can find time, anyone can.
Absolutely. I love this. Honestly, I think we're going to have so many questions. So what's the best way? Yvette's just saying, oh my God, when let's get like rescheduled, count me in. Yeah, she's so going to be there. I wish we lived nearer as well. We might have to travel. So when people are going to want to get in touch with you when they've seen this, and we'll be putting it on a YouTube channel as well. So what's the best way of them getting in touch with you, Tanya, so they can talk through?
Either on my Facebook page or my Tanya's Holistic Wellbeing page, or just like messaging me on Facebook, really. I have technology is not my strong point, and I was trying to set up my own website at the beginning of all of this, in between trying to homeschool the kids and everything. And I've kind of started my own website, but I've really not got very far with it. So I guess I'll get there eventually. So
I don't think you need it. Let's go to the, well, what we'll do is we'll drop the link for your Facebook group then on all of our information, then people can DM you through that, can't they?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been honestly absolutely fascinating, and I just want you to get your hands on me now.
I could talk about it for hours. I literally am so passionate about it. It really has. It has changed my life beyond measure, and I just love that I am helping to change other people's as well. Like, because that's all I've ever wanted, is to help people, and it's the strangest thing. I'm helping them in a way I never could have imagined. So.
But I think what's so powerful for me is, yes, you're helping other people, but you understand that you have to help you first. And I just think that's such a powerful message.
Yeah.
From spending all those years of stressed out to now looking after yourself and your spirit and your wellness, so that you can then look after other people really well.
100%. Yeah. Oh, thank you,
Love it.
Yvette.
Thank you
Oh,
so, so
bless you.
much. I've
Thank you
loved
for thinking of me, Yvette.
it. Oh,
All
everyone's
right.
loving it. Thank you so much, Tanya. Thanks. See you
Oh,
later,
thank you.
guys.
Take care.